This is the exact way to pay yourself as the owner of a childcare center. A lot of times we start LLCs and then don't really know what to do with them in terms of how we get paid from them. So here's what we're going to do. Today, we're going to go over the 5 different types of business entities and how to pay yourself as a childcare business owner from each of those types. That way we cover everybody from single member LLCs all the way down to nonprofits. So let's get started. The first type of entity that you might have is a single member LLC. What this means is that you are the only owner of the childcare center. No spouse, no child, no friend, no neighbor is an owner with you in that business. And with the single member LLC, there's only one way that you are going to pay yourself, and that is as an owner draw. An owner draw is when you are taking money out of the business to pay yourself as the owner. And the way that you do that as a single member LLC is that you will transfer money from your business checking account to your personal checking account, whether that's through a check, whether that's through an electronic transfer or a bill pay, or whether you just transfer the funds from one bank account to the next. No matter how you do that, that is considered an owner draw. And one thing to note, you do not want to mix funds. You do not want to just spend money from the business's checking account for your personal items. You want to make sure that you're keeping those two things separated so that there's no confusion. The next type of business that you might have is a multi-member LLC. And with a multi-member LLC, we call that a partnership for tax purposes. With a partnership, there are 2 different ways that you could get paid. The first way is similar to an ownership draw, but it's called a partnership distribution. So with a partnership distribution, each quarter or each month, you will look at the profit of the childcare center and decide if you are ready to make a payment out to you. And the way you would do that is also through a bank transfer. The second type of way that you can get paid as a partner in a partnership is as guaranteed payments. And guaranteed payments are specifically for the type of work that you do on a day-to-day basis. You have to separate yourself into 2 different parts. You're working for the childcare center, or you're the owner of the childcare center. When you're working for the childcare center, you're getting guaranteed payments. You need to put that into your partnership agreement, how much that's going to be, and you need to pay it on a regular basis, monthly, quarterly, that kind of thing. And that is similar to a W-2, but there's going to be no taxes withheld. The same way that you would pay yourself for your partnership distribution through a bank transfer or check, you can also do that with your guaranteed payments, but they need to be regular and they need to be stated in your partnership agreement. The next type of entity that you might have is an S corporation. Most owners will make an S corporation election when they reach $70,000 of profit or more. That's the best time to do that. If your business has consistently had a $70,000 or more profit, then it's time to move to an S Corp. It'll save you taxes, but we'll go over that on another day. For the S Corporation, there are again 2 different ways that you can get money out of the business as the owner of the childcare center. The first way is to take a W-2 wage, and this is required. If you are an S corporation owner and you are not yet taking out W-2 wages through payroll, just like the rest of your team, you are in the wrong and we need to get it fixed. The IRS requires that you pay yourself a reasonable salary and you have to have the taxes withheld just like the rest of your team. As a W-2 employee, you are going to pay yourself through your payroll software each and every week or each and every month, how often you are also paying your team. That payment is going to come to you on a regular basis. Taxes are going to be withheld and you're going to use your payroll software to do that. The next way that you can get paid as a childcare owner if you own an S Corp is as a shareholder distribution. With the shareholder distribution, it's similar to partnership distributions. What you're going to do is make a bank transfer from the business to your checking account as often as you think that you'd like to do that from the profits of the business. So this is based off of your childcare center's profits, not just a regular payment. This is based off of how much money your business is earning. So that profit amount can be sent to your bank account through a bank transfer or other type of check or payment, bill pay, that kind of thing. The next type of entity that you might have as a childcare owner is a C corporation. And your C corporation has to act Similar to the large corporations that you see on the stock exchange. You're going to pay yourself as a W-2 employee because you work in the business. So you're going to receive regular salary and wages from the business. You're also going to receive that through your payroll software on a regular basis, and taxes are going to be withheld. The second type of way that you can get paid if your childcare center is a C corporation is through dividends. Dividends are a different type of distribution. It's still the profit of the childcare center, but it's paid out as a different type of ownership, which is called distributions. The distributions mean that you're being taxed in two different ways, as the business and also through your personal. So this is where people often call it double taxation because dividends are taxed twice. With the dividends, you're going to receive a 1099 DIV from the business at the end of the year, and that's how you as the owner are paying taxes on the dividends through the profits of the business. Last but not least, we've got nonprofit organizations. And with nonprofit organizations that are childcare centers, they're often 501c3s. And here's the thing, there's only one way to get money out of a nonprofit organization, and that is through W-2 wages. Because nonprofit organizations don't have profit to distribute, what they have to do is instead pay out money to the founder or to the executive director directly through payroll. And so there's only one type of way that if you are a nonprofit childcare owner that you would be getting paid. So keeping that in mind, there are three different types of entities where you're going to put yourself on payroll. That is if you are an S corporation, a C corporation, or a nonprofit. But if you are a single member LLC, or if you are a multi-member LLC or partnership, you're going to pay yourself through bank transfers or checks with no taxes withheld. So there are 5 different types of entities. Each one has a different way for you to pay yourself as the owner. This clears it up finally so that there are no more questions as to what you should do next. If you're a single member LLC, make some bank transfers for those ownership distributions. If you're a partnership and you have multiple partners, some of you are going to get guaranteed payments if you're working in the business. Those are still just bank transfers, but they have to be done regularly. If you are a partnership, you can also receive those partnership distributions, which are bank transfers or checks, based off of the amount of the partnership you own. If you have the S corporation, you're going to get W-2 wages. Remember, they are required. And you're also going to get shareholder distributions. And the same applies for a C corporation. You'll get W-2 wages and you'll also get dividends. This now clears up exactly how you pay yourself depending on what type of business you've set up for your childcare center. Be profitable on purpose.